Ghana's economy faces serious challenges after investors shunned Ghana's latest Eurobonds over fears government will not achieve its fiscal targets in an election year. The government will monitor markets and revive the sale at the optimal time and the right conditions, the Finance Ministry said in a statement after concluding investor meetings in the UK and US. It also capped a buyback tender for $500 million of 2017 notes at $100 million. The government has to ditch its last Eurobond issue of $750 million in February, describing it as ill-timed. MTN Group Limited shares gained the most in more than 5 weeks after Africa's biggest mobile phone operator booked the full value of a $1 billion fine in Nigeria, drawing a line under a 10-month saga that wiped a third of the share price. The wireless carrier made the first ever per share loss as a public company in the 6 months through June, partly caused by a provision for the penalty in Africa's biggest economy, Johannesburg-based MTN said in a statement. The margin for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization also weakened in South Africa, its biggest market after Nigeria. South Africa's African National Congress ANC has conceded defeat in the major metropolitan area of Nelson Mandela Bay to the main opposition party amid indications the ruling party was rejected by urban voters in this week's local government elections. According to provisional results, the ANC was trailing the Democratic Alliance DA by 5%, with the Independent Electoral Commissioner indicating that the vote counting had ended in Nelson Mandela Bay. ANC's poor performance in the polls has been linked to various scandals faced by President Zuma in recent years. On the other hand, the outcome in Nelson Mandela Bay gave the DA the mandate to run a second major city in South Africa after Cape Town. The metro, named after the late global icon, has been an ANC stronghold since the country's first democratic election in 1994. In Uganda, the cabinet has agreed to allow the Energy Ministry to grant 3 oil production licenses in France's total. Commercial crude reserves were discovered in the East African country a decade ago, but production has been repeatedly delayed amid wrangling over taxation and field development strategy. The absence of key infrastructure, such as crude export pipeline, has also slowed progress to production. According to a statement issued by the President's office, the Cabinet approved a request from the Minister of Energy to allow the issue of 3 petroleum production licenses to Total E&P. In Nigeria, investment conglomerate Transnational Core has shelved plans to build a $1 billion gas-fired power plant, blaming fuel shortages and a lack of finance caused by the country's economic downturn. Transcorp announced in 2014 it will construct the 1,000-megawatt facility to help combat Nigeria's chronic power shortages, but funding problems means they have suspended their plan. Attacks on oil and gas pipelines by militants in the Niger Delta, who complain that the region is failing to benefit, have reduced output, further stunting growth. Gas shortages have plunged Nigeria's power generation to the lowest levels in 10 years, averaging 2,464 megawatts in June, far below its installed capacity of some 6,000 megawatts.